No one can live under the fear of judgment their whole entire life, or else we will never get anything done. Knowing this information actually essentially blows my mind, because without understanding them, then we cannot tackle them. Guys, throughout this whole video I might sound really like shook, but I feel like I'm just finding all the gems. I learned so much by doing these videos. Hi guys, I'm Emelie Monye and welcome back to my channel. For more mindset and motivational videos, definitely subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every single time I post. And so today we're going to be doing a video about the fear of judgment that a lot of us do have, and how to tackle these issues, because I feel like you cannot simply live your life in the fear of the judgment of other people, because this will essentially stop you from achieving any goals you do have. It is essential that we learn how to tackle these issues. The judgment, if they are judging you, so what does that entail, and how is that relevant to your everyday waking life? And secondly, talking about how nothing lasts forever and how futile people's opinions of us are, because it's ever changing and ever moving. We're going to speak about examples of that, so definitely keep on watching. Okie dokie, artichokes, let us get into this video. I really feel passionate about overcoming the fear of judgment in life, because I feel like no one can live under the fear of judgment their whole entire life, or else we will never get anything done. I really feel like it's important to understand where these fears are coming from, because without understanding them, then we cannot tackle them. Understanding firstly that we judge because of our own insecurities. So for example, you post something on Instagram, and you're like, oh, people are gonna think that I spent so long editing that, or people are gonna think, just whatever you think is because you have that insecurity. So your insecurities, so okay, how do I explain this better? You reflect how you judge yourself on other people. So say if I am insecure that I have a big nose, or I have big lips, or big eyes, or whatever I'm insecure about, and I look at someone else, if I see someone else with a big nose, the first thing I notice about them is their big nose, if that makes any sense. So the normal person who say doesn't have a massive, insecurity about their nose probably wouldn't notice that nose, or of a shoulder blade, I don't know, whatever the insecurity might be. The average person probably would not notice that, basically because people judge based off their own insecurities. So having that in mind is should be very comforting, because because everything is so insular and everything is so personal, that's also another reason why however anyone treats you, you shouldn't ever take massively personally, because it comes from some sort of background or some sort of pre-story. An amazing woman, I'll pop her name down below, I forgot, but she kind of said that in this life there are 3 types of people. Firstly, the type of person who likes you for no actual given reason, and actually they like you because you remind them of something in their past, so they trigger something nice. So once they meet you, they don't know anything about you, nothing you've done, but they just kind of have a good vibe off you or like you. Thinking about it now, actually that's true. You can't really like someone or be interested in anyone you don't actually know. So this is why. So they like you because you remind them of something in their past. And the second type of person is someone who dislikes you for no given reason. You just don't vibe, and actually they dislike you because you also remind them of something in their past. So knowing this information actually essentially blows my mind, because people like/dislike off stupid information, and it's just nothing to do with any of us. So anyways, so the third type of person is someone who can be objective and actually treats you and judges you off what you actually are like in life. Is kind of understanding that all these 3 types of people exist, and being comfortable enough in yourself to understand and notice this, to not base your opinion of yourself on someone else, because actually essentially where they're getting their opinion of you is nothing to do with you. This is the mind-blowing information, period. to me it's mind-blowing information. It actually makes you happy. That's why if you watch my last video about how to start valuing yourself, your value of yourself should never be based on anyone else, because all of the way they judge you is nothing to do with you. So if you have been, you've been wasting your time. You've been wasting your time, because it's a scam. It's a scam, guys. It's a scam. But yeah, this information is so exciting to me. Okay, so basically when you fear that someone is judging you, you're basically judging yourself and them. Guys, throughout this whole video I might sound really like shook, but I feel like I'm just finding all the gems. I learned so much by doing these videos. Like, I love doing it. But yeah, so when you're judging, so walking down the street or whatever, whenever you feel like insecure, how are you aware of the fact that they'll judge you about it if you're not already insecure about it? If that makes any sense. So it's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy, it's facts, it's facts, and it's crazy. So yeah, I just think that these points should definitely be kept in mind in life in general. And you basically assume that the other person will judge you off this thing, when actually another thing to keep in mind is that everyone is living in their own type of bubble, and everyone is, you know, thinking about themselves and, you know, how other people perceive them. So actually essentially everyone is walking around, or the average person, I mean, I know there are people who you know, take time out of their life to look out more instead of being looking in, and that's a conscious effort, because naturally off the bat of everything, the average person is very insular and is looking at themselves and, you know, focusing on themselves. So I think that once we essentially fix these insecurities of ourselves, it's the only way is up. The only way is up, because we then are removed from focusing on so much how other people judge us. First of all, how do you judge yourself? Isn't that the question? Isn't that the most important question? Isn't that what we should be focusing on? It's crazy how we spend most of our lives thinking, oh, what will my mom say about this, oh, what will my dad say about, which actually, you know, those people are important, especially if they love you and everything like that. But we spend most of our life kind of thinking, what will this person say, how will they look at me at school, how will they look at me in work, da, da, da. When actually, first of all, think, what do you think about the dress you're wearing? Do you like that dress? Do you like that dress? Kind of I'm passionate about this topic. You should rate yourself more highly and give yourself a chance to have an opinion about your own life, because you live in your own body, you go around in your own body all day. My second point I'd love to touch on is nothing lasts forever. Even when people judge you, or you think they're judging you, or whatever the situation is, 2 seconds later they've forgotten. They really, no one cares that much. No one cares that much. Knowing that information is actually happy and sad, because it's happy because no one cares, but no one cares. Like, it's crazy to think that you should just go on about your life. Don't care so much, don't spend your time, you know, caring so much about what other people think, because essentially you're wasting your time, because they've moved on. No one lies in bed, or at least no normal person lies in bed thinking, oh, that girl's dress was disgusting, why did she wear, you know. No one would do that. I don't know why I keep on using this dress example, like but yeah. So yes, also people's opinions about you are really trivial. Someone might like you today and hate you tomorrow, and like you the next day. But if you're there thinking and like worrying and hoping and staying on their opinions, then you're the only one. You lose out, because you're there waiting for some approval that might never come. Even if it comes, who cares? Like, do you yeah guys, I definitely encourage you today and every day to do you. Focus on yourself, focus on how you can better yourself in your life, and it is well.